So we've had our bath and a fluff out, kind of, sort of. Not really a fluff out. I just use the force dryer. You can use a force dryer and brush at the same time. I didn't do that today. Use the brush up backwards to get some volume in there. There's a couple mats in here, but I'm going to show you how to shave those mats out. That's kind of like wear and tear stuff. And I know if my armpits were matted, I wouldn't want nobody combing and brushing there. Just think of your own body when you think of their body. That's why I know Levi doesn't like the blades in between his pads, so I use scissors. And I'm sensitive to that for them because you'll never find me getting a pedicure because my feet are extremely sensitive, and I would literally kick somebody in the face for just approaching me to give me a pedicure. So this is preparing him for his final haircut. This is not his final haircut. This is the results of the rough cut that I told you about. And there's always snarls and tangles in his tail because it is incredibly long. He and his brother can grow tails. One time, their mama got in trouble because they were going to Destin Beach for vacation, and I braided their tail, but that was just for that day. They liked it so much they kept it braided. Well, between the braided tail, the French braided tail, and the beach, let's just say their tails were quite matted. And Mom went cutting chunks out. It took me 6 months to grow it back out again. So she knows she's not allowed to touch their tails with scissors. You know, you have me groom for you. I have rules. Ellen can tell you, I have rules. Rule number 1, don't go cutting knots out of the tail. Messing up all my lovely work. And I just trimmed the bottom of it. And what that does is promote growth, gets rid of broken ends, and just like with your own hair. So I'm going to even his body using the same 3 3/4 blade because I'm not leaving him longer for him to end up all dirty and oily and stuff all over again. This is plenty long enough for winter. He doesn't need to be to the floor. As long as he has a blankie. He says our house is heated. We don't need all this coat. A lot of times people forget that. In the summer, they're like, oh, he needs to be short. And yet the dog doesn't live outside. He lives in an air-conditioned house. So basically, the house that they live in is pretty much the same temperature all year long. But people cut according to the weather, and I think mostly it's because they're cold, so they think the dog needs a blanket of hair. And they're hot, so they think the dog's hair should come off. Neither one is necessary. I'm going to mostly scissor these legs, just skim a little bit off unnecessary hair that I don't need for my final finish. Final finish, kind of redundant. Come here, buddy. If I were to take these and go this way, I would make it half the length of everything else. Very choppy and very messy. When you are clipping hair, you want to go with the way that the hair grows. You don't want to go against the way that the hair grows.